Good morning, students. In the last class, we have completed a topic that is what is marginal cost, and we have seen the relation between the marginal cost and the average cost. Okay, so in today's class, we are going to study the what is the relation between the total cost and marginal cost. Okay, so we will start that the relation can be explained with the help of table 6.9 and the diagram that is 6.11. Okay, so here output is given. Output is variable factors or the variable cost. So a variable output is given 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and total cost and the marginal cost. Okay, total cost is given 10, 20, 28, 34, 28, 42, 48, 56, 66. Okay, through this we can calculate the value of marginal cost also. So first one is nothing, so that the cost will be at the first unit, the cost is 10. So in the previous one we have not producing any commodity because at the zero level of output total cost is 10. So we will here we will consume, or the cost is nothing at the zero level of output. So yes, so the difference between the total cost, additional unit of the total cost is the marginal cost. So difference between the 10 to 20 is 10, 28 to 20 is 8, 34 to 28 6, 38 to 34 is 4, 42 to 38 4, 48 to 42 6, 56 to 48 8, and 66 to 66 to 56, the difference is 10. Okay, the next step will be we will plot all these value on the diagram. Okay, so on the x-axis we will take the output, and on the y-axis we will take the total cost and the marginal cost. So we will put all the values on the diagram, and when we will merge all the point, so we get the total cost curve and the marginal cost curve. Okay, so on the zero level of output, when the output is 0, the total cost is 10. Okay, so at this one output the total cost is 20, at the second output 28, third output 34, fourth output 38, fifth output 42, and next is 48, 56 and 66. Okay, then we will join all these points, we get the total cost curve. Okay, so like this we have also put the values of the marginal cost. So at the 0 level of output it is nothing, at the 1 it is 10, then 8, then 6, 4 4, 6 8 10. So we will join all the point, we get the marginal cost curve. Okay, so let's see the relation of this. What it says, when TC increases at the diminishing rate, marginal cost decline. Okay, when we see that the TC is increasing, but the rate is diminishing, so at that case the marginal cost is decline. In table 6.9 we will see it from the first to fourth unit. Okay, sorry, first to fourth unit. First to fourth unit, what we see, that the TP is increasing, but with the diminishing rate, and the marginal cost is declining. It is declining from 10 8 6 4, and we will see these point on the diagram at the point on till the point A, and on for the total cost and for the marginal cost we see the point E. Okay, here you see that the total cost is increasing. No doubt that we can't say that it is not increasing, but the rate is 8 6 4. The rate 10 8 6 4 rate is declining. Okay, so in that case what we will see, that the TP is increasing but the rate is diminishing, and the marginal cost curve is declining till point E. Here it is increasing but the rate is diminishing and the marginal cost is diminishing. Now the next is when TC increases at the constant rate, MC becomes minimum and constant. Okay, so at the point 4th and 5th, you see at the point 4th and 5th, TC is increases at the constant rate and MC become minimum and constant. Here TP is increases 4th or 5th, it is increases, okay, 32 and 42, it is increases but the rate is constant, because at the last one it is the difference is 4 and 38 to 4 it is 4. So it is increasing but the rate is constant. So in that case marginal cost curve become the minimum, okay, and the constant also. So it is also become the minimum because above no value, no cost is less than the 4. So it also become the minimum and the constant. Okay, you see from point A to B and from point E to F, here the TC is increasing, it is increasing, that 34 and 38 and 42, but the rate is constant because the difference between both of them is 4. So it is increasing but the rate is the constant. So marginal cost curve also it is the minimum because it is 4 and 4 minimum and the constant, because at both level, at the 4th unit or the 5th unit, the marginal cost is 4. Okay. Now the next is when TC is increasing at increasing rate, when TC increases at the increasing rate, MC also increases. Okay. You see after the 5th point, the TC is increasing, means total cost increasing by the 42 to 48, the 6, 48 to 56, 8, and 56 to 66, that is 10. So TC is increasing, and when TC is increasing, MC also will be increasing. So from the point B to TC is start to increase, and when the TC is increases, so MC is also increases. So MC is also becomes to 6, 8, 10. Okay. So what we study the relation when TP increases with the diminishing rate, MC falls with the point E and point A for the TC. When TC is increasing but the rate is the constant, so MC is also minimum and constant. When TC is increases at the increasing rate, MC also increases. So the first situation, second and the third, we see the first situation at the point A for the TC and at the point E for the marginal cost, and situation or the phase second we see for the TC at the B and MC for the F, and next is after the B and after the F we see the third phase of the relation between the total cost and the marginal cost. Okay, so see the relation here. When when total cost increases at diminishing rate, marginal cost decline. When TC increases at the constant rate, here you see that the TC is increasing but the rate of the increasing is changed. So in the first situation it is increases but the rate is diminishing, and the second phase it is increases but the rate is constant. In the third stage it is increasing with the increasing rate. So when the TC is increasing with the diminishing rate, marginal cost decline. TC increases at the constant rate, marginal cost minimum, it is also the constant. When TC increases at the increasing rate, so marginal cost also increases. So it is the relation between the total cost and the marginal cost. Okay. Now the next relation and the last relation of your chapter 6, that is the relation between the average fixed cost, average variable cost, average cost and the marginal cost. Okay. So AC equal to, AC is also called ATC, average total cost. It is the summation of the AFC plus AVC. Okay. So we see the relation or the behavior of the average fixed cost, average variable cost, average cost and the marginal cost. So with the help of a given diagram, that is 6.12, we can study the various cost curve in the short period. Okay, here we are study the relation of the different cost curve in the short period, the period which is the less than the 1 year. So we study the relation between the average fixed cost, average variable cost, average cost and the marginal cost. So in figure 6.12, AFC is continuously falling downwards because as production increases, AFC falls. But AFC curve never touches x-axis as fixed cost can never be 0. AVC and AC curves are U-shaped curve. Both curves form closer to each other as AFC goes on diminishing with each unit of output. But these curves can never touch or intersect each other as AFC is always positive. MC curve is also U-shaped, which cuts AC at point E1 and AVC at point E curves at their lowest point. When MC is greater than AC or AVC, AC or AVC rises. When MC is less than AC or AVC, AC or AVC falls. Here the Q1 is the output corresponding minimum point of the MC curve, Q2 corresponding to minimum point of AVC curve, Q3 is output corresponding the minimum point of AC curves. There is a range over which AFC is falling and MC is rising. This can be seen between the output level Q1 and Q2. Okay. So it says the relation between the AFC, AVC, AC and the marginal cost. Okay. So we will discuss, and here we see that on the x-axis we have taken the output and on the y-axis we have taken the cost. Okay. So figure 6.12 tells the relation between the AFC, AVC, average cost and the marginal cost. As we know that the average cost is also called the average total cost, and average total cost is the summation of the average fixed cost and the average variable cost. Okay. So you see that here we study the relation. So AFC curve is continuously falling downwards. Okay. You see the curve of the AFC. The AFC curve, it is continuously falling because and production increases, AFC falls. Okay, which means if the production of the any commodity is continuously increasing, which means the cost of the producing the output is falls, but it can never touches the x-axis. It will never touches the x-axis because the fixed cost, which means TFC, total fixed cost, can never be 0. For that purpose the AFC can never be touches the x-axis, or it can't never be 0. Okay. So next one is AVC and AC curve are U-shaped. Okay, we have already studied the relation or the shape of the AVC and the AC are of the U-shaped because of the AC is the reason behind this is it is the that the AC is the summation of the AFC and the ABC, and due to law of variable proportion, when there is increasing return, the cost is decreasing. When there is constant, so both are equal, and when there is diminishing return, then there is cost is increasing. So because of this, that there is increasing return, we see when there is increasing return, so the cost will be reduced, so the curve will downward, and ultimately it becomes the constant return. And after that, when there is diminishing return is lower, so that the cost is increasing. For that purpose it becomes the above. So AC or the AVC is U-shaped curve. Okay, both curve come closer to each other. You see the curve of the AVC. AVC means this one, or the AC means this one. Okay, so you see the curve is AVC started from the here, and the AC started from the here. Both are come closer to each other. Okay, as AFC goes on diminishing, and but the AFC is continuously goes on diminishing with each level of with each unit of output. But these curve can never touch or the intersect each other, as AFC is always positive. But both curve means AC or the AVC curve can't never be intersect each other, because AFC is always be positive. So AC is the summation of the AVC and the AFC. So if the both curve will never intersect, because the if AFC become the negative, so that they can touches the each other, but they can also be a zero. But AFC is always positive, because total fixed cost can never be zero. For that purpose AFC is always be positive, and it can't be touches the x-axis. For that purpose the both curve never touches or intersect each other, which means the both curve AVC or AC, they are before they are too much far away from each other, but continuously it is very closer to each other, but they both doesn't intersect to each other, because AFC is always be positive. Okay, so whatever the position or the situation of AFC, it is totally impact on the AC. For that purpose they both are not intersect each other, because AFC is always be positive. Next is when MC is greater than AC or AVC. MC means the curve which is, yes, when the MC is MC or AC, AC means AC. When MC is greater than AC or AVC, it is also greater than AVC. So in that case AC or AVC is rising, means AC or AVC in that case rising. When the marginal cost curve is greater than the average cost or the average variable cost, in that case the MC is rises. But when the AC is, here you see, when AC is more than, here the AC is more than the marginal cost, or AVC is more than the marginal cost, in that case AC or AVC is falling. You see the curve is downward sloping here. Here the curve is downward sloping. Okay, in that case when the both are above the marginal cost, in that case they all are falling. And but when the marginal cost is more than the average cost or the average variable cost, both are rises. Okay, just opposite to each other. Now the next is here you see the Q1 is corresponding to point of minimum point of you see it is the minimum point of MC Q2 at point. Here it is the minimum point of the AVC, it is the point of minimum point of AVC, and the Q3 it is the minimum point of AC. these all are the point of the minimum point, which means when the series are the given that the marginal cost or average cost uh, value is 10, 8, 4, 2, 2, and then 4, 8. So 2, 2 is the minimum. So these point are showing the minimum point of the that curve. There is a range over which AVC is falling and MC is rising. This can be seen between the output level Q1 and Q2. You see the difference and output between the Q1 and Q2. Here the AVC means this line, it is falling. Okay, it is falling and MC is rising. Here the MC is rising. So the difference between the Q1 and Q2, we see that in that case MC is rising and AVC is falling. Okay, so it is the relation between the average cost, marginal cost curve, as well as AFC and the AVC. Okay, we see the relation between these of all of the costs. The last topic of your chapter is the time element in the theory of cost. Okay, we have also seen that we have studied the relation in the short period, in the long period. So what is the basic main importance of the time in the case of the studying of the theory of cost? So time element plays an important role in the determination of the cost and production of a commodity depending on the time period. Okay, so time plays very important role whenever the any producer determine the cost of the any goods and production of the commodity. Okay, so it plays very important role, which is basically depend upon the time period, whether they are producing for the short period or for the very short period or for the long period. Okay, so it is divided into the three, that is very short period or the market period, next is short period, and the third one is long period. So what is very short period or the market period? This period is short that neither fixed factor nor variable factor can be increased. Therefore it become immaterial whether cost of the production is being recovered or not at the prevailing price. Okay, at the very short period, it is for the 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, so or the very few days. In that case, are all the whether the fixed factor or the variable factor, both are can't be changed or can't be increased by the any producer. Therefore it become immaterial whether the cost of production is being it is also possible that whether the cost is incurred by the producer, it is returned or not, it is recovered or not. Which means अगर किसी प्रोड्यूसर ने इन दी वेरी शॉर्ट पीरियड में अगर किसी प्रोड्यूसर ने कॉस्ट इनकर किया है 5 लाख 2 लाख, तो इसकी ये भी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं है कि वो उसको रिटर्न पूरा रिकवर कर पाएगा कि नहीं। एज अ जैसे मतलब मैंने 5 लाख रुपीज़ लगाया प्रोडक्शन में, और ये भी मैंडेटरी नहीं है कि वो 5 लाख मुझे एज अ रिटर्न वापस मिल पाएगा भी कि नहीं मिल पाएगा इन द केस ऑफ वेरी शॉर्ट पीरियड, बिकॉज इन दिस केस the fixed factor and variable factor can't be increased, they all are the constant. Okay, now the next one is short period. It is that time period which production can be increased only by the increasing the variable factor. Okay, the fixed factor remains the constant. Okay, in this time period the production is increased only when the some variable factor are increased and the all other factors remains the constant. We have studied the fixed factor and the variable factor very well, we know very well. So that in that case, in the short period, only one factor is the variable and other factors is remaining the constant. As the producer can control on the variable cost, producer must cover at least the variable cost during the short period. Okay, in this period producer can control the variable cost. Okay, cost on the raw material, labors, so that they can control all these costs. So producer must cover at least the variable cost. In this period producer are able to cover all the costs which is related to the variable factor. In that case they can control all the cost. Next is long period. In the long period, it is that time period during which production can be increased by increasing the fixed factor and the variable factor production. We know very well that in the long period, all the factors of production, all the fixed factor or the variable factor, both are can be increased by the producer. All factors become the variable. Okay, in this case there is no any fixed factor, all are the variable factor, and they can be increased by the producer. Thus all costs are under the control of the producer, and therefore it must be recovered. Okay, so all the costs are under the कंट्रोल ऑफ द प्रोड्यूसर. मीन्स प्रोड्यूसर क्या कर रहा है, सारे कॉस्ट पे उसका कंट्रोल है, बिकॉज ही कैन बी चेंज द फिक्स कॉस्ट और द वेरिएबल कॉस्ट. सो हियर देयर इज़ मोर चांसेस ऑफ द रिकवर. मीन्स वो इस लॉन्ग पीरियड में उसके पास ज़्यादा चांसेस होती है कि वो जितने भी कॉस्ट को एनकर किया है वो सारे कॉस्ट को वापस कर ले. बट इन द केस ऑफ द वेरी शॉर्ट पीरियड इट इज़ बीइंग, दोनों चांसेस है. मीन्स वो रिकवर कर भी पाता है और नहीं भी कर पाता है. इन द शॉर्ट पीरियड द some factors are variable and all other factors being the constant. So in this case the producer is able to control the only the variable cost, so he can able to recover the only the cost which is related to the variable. But in the long run, all the cost, whether it is factor cost or the variable cost, it can be covered by the producer. Okay, so it's all about your chapter 6, and we have seen that there are also some practical application as well as some formulas of it. So we can see that we know that the TC equal to TFC plus TVC, which means TC means total cost is equal to the total fixed cost plus total variable cost. Okay, fixed cost means those costs which can't be changed, and variable cost it is the output is increased when there is cost also increases. To calculating the TC, we multiplied the average cost into quantity so that we can calculate the value of the average cost. And the TC is equal to TVC plus TFC, and TVC is also known as summation of marginal cost. Okay, it is also the summation of the marginal cost. Here you see value of TC when output is 0, when the output level is 0. So if we have to calculate the value of TFC, so TC minus TVC, so that we can calculate the value of TFC. And when we have to calculate the TFC, we can also AFC means average fixed cost into output, so that we get the value of total fixed cost. Next is TVC, when we have to calculate the TVC, so that TC minus TFC. And when we can also calculate the TVC is the summation of MC, and TVC is also calculated through the AVC into output. Okay, so that from these three formulas we can calculate the value of TVC. First we have to calculate the TVC it is equal to the total cost minus total fixed cost, because TC is equal to TFC plus TVC, so that we can calculate it. And TVC is also equal to the summation of the marginal cost. When we sum all the values of the marginal cost, we get the value of the total variable cost, and total variable cost is equal to the average variable cost. When we multiply the AVC into the output or the unit, we get the value of the TVC. Okay, so next one is when we have to calculate the AFC. So we divide the TFC by the output, and AFC also AC equal to AFC plus AVC. So AFC, if we calculate the value of AFC, it is the AC minus AVC, and we can also calculate the AFC TFC upon output. Okay, now AVC is equal to TVC by output, and AC is AC minus AFC. Next is AC or the ATC. AC is also called the ATC. Okay, so when we calculate the AC, it is equal to the TC by the output, and AC also equal to the AFC plus AVC, and AC is also called ATC. Okay, so AC को हम लोग ATC भी कहते हैं, and when we calculate the value of AC, we can simply divide the TC by output, and AC is also the summation of the AFC and AVC. Okay, and next is whenever we have to calculate the MC, so TCN minus TCN minus 1, and the MC is also equal to the change in TC upon change in output, so that we can calculate the value of the MC. And MC, we know that the TVC is the summation of MC, so that we can also calculate MC is equal to TVCN minus TVCN minus 1. N is here present one, present TVC, and N minus 1 is previous TVC, so that we can also calculate the value of MC. Okay, so it's all about your chapter 6, theory of cost. In next class we will start a new chapter.